Okay, you're good.
All right. So we took the Facebook survey. It looked like it was unanimous that people want to talk about specific stores. We'll talk about some other stuff too. So hang in there. We got some good stuff. Stuff hopefully you never heard before. And see, I'll do my best to answer all your questions, but the bricks and mortars are definitely money trees. So that's the topic of tonight with our PowerPoint here. I made this real quick. A little embarrassed to say what the longest part of this making this slideshow, but we'll get to that later. It's kind of funny. I spent like 30 minutes trying to do one little thing. I'm not very good at making PowerPoint, so. But anyway, I got what these are kind of the 4 stores I hit up probably the most frequently. Let's see, Kmart, Staples, Walmart, Home Depot, and really because of the place where I live, there's just not a lot of options for shopping. So I don't have like the, like you were talking about the Meijer stores and whatnot. I just don't have options to that shop at those places. I rarely do. Sometimes I'll go to the city and hit up a couple of those places, but kind of feel lost when I go in there. So these are kind of places I like to hit the most. So you guys could still hear me?
Yeah, we're all
Okay.
good here.
All right.
Yep.
It got real quiet on the other end, so I just didn't.
Well, if I mute it, it's because I have to step away for a second or something. But
All right.
I'll hang out with you as much as I can here. So it's kind of tough doing a webinar when you're completely by yourself.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll first start with Kmart. Most of this we'll just be talking, and I don't know if you guys could see my mouse.
Yep.
Okay, here's the key with Kmart. You can do this at any Kmart you go into, like in the toy section. All your money is made right here on these top shelves.
Mm.
Now you walk in there, that's where they stick all the stuff. They have no clue where it goes or it's discontinued. Especially
Mm-hmm.
on the back wall. You can't see the back wall over here. But if you walk back there and look along the back walls, especially above the Lego aisle,
Mm-hmm.
you'll find all kinds of old stuff, discontinued toys, whatnot. So that's where I find a lot of my money at Kmart. And you can see over here they have clearance stickers. It's kind of cyclical. The clearance sales, or they're starting up another one. They usually only start at like 10, 20, 30% off, and they'll eventually go to 90% off. But so they just got finished with that. Gosh, like at the end of December or January, they just got rid of all their stuff. So starting all over again. So keep an eye out on that. So I usually will go to, like, I have one Kmart that's local, and I'll just go to it and keep just skimming toys as they get marked down, and like 30, 40, 50% marks. I'll just keep taking toys off, like Legos, whatnot. But if I go into just some random Kmart I've never been into, like the city, or I always make a lot of money just off these top shelves here. So that's where you want to, kind of focus your attention. And that's true for other departments as well, but mostly toys, because they just don't have a place to put it down below. So that's kind of my trick for Kmart toys. Let's see here. Now, if you can always check the aisles for like the random blue sale stickers, and sometimes you just mark these items like 75, 50, 75% off. So don't always look at clearance. They're real visible. So you walk by the aisles, you see the blue stickers, and sometimes I'll just walk like, let's see, it was in October. They
Mm-hmm.
had these Mr. Coffee carafes, like just some glass replacement coffee containers, and they were like $5, and they were ranked really, really high on Amazon. Amazon did not have them, so every Kmart I would just buy like a dozen of them because that's all they had, and you could just really do well on those. So just make sure you keep an eye on those because the sales usually last for a month or two. They're not like they don't last just like a week. Some do, but this particular sale and a lot of others will last a couple of weeks. So let's see. Just to mention, I already mentioned top shelves where you make a lot of your money. make sure you shop your way. Get a lot of points, surprise points, whatnot. I wish I could tell you more, but there's really no rhyme or reason to the shopware points. They're just random. You do get a set amount of points for every purchase, unless you have like bonus. Uh, and you can really rack up a lot of points and get a lot of stuff free. And any trip I take to like Nashville, by the end of the trip, I'll have like $200-300 in points to
Holy
use.
cow!
So,
Seriously.
yeah, so they
Oh my
rack up really
gosh.
quick.
Wow.
So I usually get like $200-300 of free clearance items or sale items, and you could turn that $200-300 in points into $600 cash, because
Wow.
you bought $300 worth of stuff and you generate $600 of $900 in sales minus fees. You got about $600 cash. So
Hmm.
let's see. Let me go back. I'm gonna tab out
You're
of
lucky
here.
we don't even have Kmart's anywhere near us.
I'm gonna show you something. Let's see. Most people don't know this exists. There's a shopyourway.com choice benefits. As you can see, I'm a VIP platinum. So when you log in, you'll be able to see here.
Wow, what's that mean?
So that means I spend a lot of money.
Oh my gosh.
It used to be, you used to have to spend a lot more to get VIP platinum.
Hmm.
I mean, it was something crazy like $10,000-12,000 or something.
Uh-huh.
But they made it easier to get it. But anyway, every quarter they'll give you some benefits. I already used my bonus deal, but right now you can see that the $5 oil change. They give you that every quarter. You can get your oil change for $5 every quarter. What are you guys doing? Never pay full price for oil change ever again. Anyway, I've already used mine, so all the choices disappear. But sometimes they'll give you like 100 points, 100% back end points on like a KitchenAid stand mixer. So what that means is you would go and buy the stand mixer for $300. You would get $300 in points. You would sell the stand mixer on Amazon and take a loss of like $50
Hmm.
because of the fees, and so you're left with $250 of points. So you take the $250 of points and buy $250 in clearance, and you generate $500 cash from your VIP bonus. So that's what you could do that every single quarter. You can generate yourself like $500 every quarter, like
Oh
clockwork.
my gosh.
So
Are you
there's
seeing the questions? You got a couple questions, but
oh
you can I mean, do whatever you want, or I can read them out to you, or if you just want to wait until the end, it's totally up to you.
yeah, no, I can answer them as I go here. What's so special about these toys? Are they clearance? The toys on the top shelf are discontinued toys. So they're like VTech, Legos, Imaginext, all kinds of discontinued toys. So what that means is Amazon's not going to be on these toys, and you could find all kinds of stuff up there. Fisher Price, like baby toys, all kinds of great stuff up there. They're best when you've never been to the Kmart before. That's usually where you find that stuff. But they keep putting
Mhm.
stuff up there, and they put a lot of their clearance stuff up there and don't mark it. So I usually just go grab the ladder and go get the clearance down myself and scan it, But takes a little more legwork, but that's what you got to do when you can't get any help at Kmart. So
It's nice when you're tall too.
yeah, yeah. I guess I thrive off top shelves because I can reach everything.
That's right.
I'm the guy that gets asked by the little old lady to get the stuff down from the top shelf. But and yeah, Laura, the shop your ways for Kmart and Sears, they cross over, so you can use them equally in both stores. Oh yeah, surprise points are so awesome. You're right, Tammy. There's a lot of digital coupons you can add on to your shop your way. If you just log in there, they'll automatically be tied to your account. So I just load them all in there in case I spend something that falls under requirements. So, well, those are restricted to so many toy lines. That'll be.
Will they ever be unrestricted? Is what they're saying. What Ken's saying.
I think it's possible, especially when Amazon's going to start hitting competition with Walmart. They could start. They could have a knee-jerk reaction and start being more friendly towards sellers. So because Walmart doesn't have those restrictions. So
Mm-hmm.
Shop Your Way works. Yes, it does for online arbitrage. Most definitely. There's a lot of items you can buy that are 100% points.
That's cool.
Check slickdeals.net and just type in Kmart or Sears. They'll usually give you leads on the 100% back in points. Okay, Eddie, here's what happens. So as long as you have a Shop Your Way account, you go to shopyourway.com/choice benefits. Maybe I can stick it in the chat and you guys can copy and paste it and save it just in case. Let me find the chat here.
I'll type it. You want me to type that URL?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks, Ryan. But so every quarter they give you some bonus deals, and they're only available to VIP members. Sometimes VIP Platinum people get better deals, but a lot of times it doesn't matter what your level is, you get the same deal. So, but you at least get a $5 oil change. That's important. So you get
That's right. If you drive,
that right there saves you $20 a month every
that's right.
quarter. Then you only need to get your oil change every quarter. So
That's right. I'm getting a car.
so anyway, like just take one of the items that give you like 100% back in points, Eddie, and just when you click get benefit, you'll see here it'll automatically link to your Shop Your Way account. So when you go to the store and type in your Shop Your Way number, which is your phone number at checkout, and you buy that item on the coupon, you'll get 100% back in your points. After you check out, it'll show up on your receipt. And you can turn around and use those points as like free money to shop with, like an allowance. And I did this with a KitchenAid mixer 2 or 3 times. They had the same deal. It was $300, and I got $300 in points. And I sold the mixer on Amazon for about, it was like 280. I think I lost maybe 50, $60 in fees.
Mm-hmm.
So that still left me, if you subtract the $50 from the $300 I got in points, I'm left with $250. And I use that $250 to buy a bunch of clearance and sale items that I was able to double my money on. So I turned that $250 into $500. And I did that last year. I did that every quarter. So that was an extra, $2,000 in my pocket that I didn't have to spend any money to get. So that's pretty awesome. Free money. And not to mention all the points you get from Shop Your Way. They even have a credit card they just released where you get like Shop Your Way points. I just picked up a flyer when I checked out at Kmart today, and it looks pretty good. I'm going to check into it, see if it's worth it, because they give you as much as 5% back.
Wow.
So, anyway, if they also give you these choice benefits. These are unlimited. So like, for example, this ratchet here actually has a pretty good rank on Amazon. It sells for $25.
Uh-huh.
You can get it with 60% off. You can get it for $8. And so you can get this benefit, and you can get these benefits. And here's another one. So you can get 2 of these ratchets, it looks like. Usually when they put it there twice, that means you can redeem it twice. So you can keep taking these and send them to Amazon. It's kind of like it's like a free item, more or less. You get a
That's awesome.
On top of that, you get Shop Your Way points for that as well. So if you go to like, where am I? Tammy knows this a lot better than I do. So here we go. I know she likes Kmart, and Kmart is awesome. She definitely listened to Tammy. She knows what she's talking about when it comes to Kmart. So I'm sure she'll post tips she has in the past. So anyway, if you go to the coupons, you can see here, there's all kinds of coupons. So if you went to like, I don't know, tools here, because we're looking at that ratchet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you can you can get enough of those ratchets. If you can get 10 of them or enough of those tools to get $100, you get another $10 back in points on top of that. So you can load coupon. You click load coupon, that goes on your Shop Your Way account.
Mm-hmm.
See, it says loaded, so you don't ever have to worry about that. You don't have to take a physical coupon in there. It's always attached to your account. And the same thing for online. If you shop and you meet these requirements, you get the points back. So you can see they have tons of coupons. And just scroll down here. I usually just load them all. I just click, load them all. 10% off your next purchase, single toy item. So those are a lot of good coupons hidden on Shop Your Way. It's one of my favorite rewards programs for sure.
You ever shop at Sears?
I do. I used to. Gosh, this is getting tough at Sears. I did find a bunch of water filters in Sears and some just some random electronics items last time I was in there. But that was it. I have a Sears in my hometown, and I've looked. I just it's kind of tough because they got rid of their electronics. They got rid of their baby section. The Craftsman, Lawn and Garden, that's where I find most of the stuff now. So okay, Gregory said, how did you say the 250 doubled? Well, yeah, shopping, clearance, sales, just like you would typically do if you had $250 of your own money. Just shop like you do, find 100% ROI items, and just use those $250 to buy those types of items. Don't rush it. Try to stretch those dollars out. Maybe you can turn them into $600, $700 instead of $500. So, Ron, 2 hours away. It may be worth it if there's a cluster of them. I know it's tough to find a cluster of Kmart's nowadays, but it is possible. St. Louis is like a hotbed for Kmart's, and so is Chicago. So there's a lot of Kmart's in those two
road
cities.
trip.
Yeah. There's a new Kmart in Chicago, mind you. Wrap your mind around that. A new Kmart.
Really? Wow.
I'm not sure, Kelly, on Lands End, because I think they sold Lands End. So I don't know if they'll work for Lands End. So that's a good question, though. Anyway, let's see.
Kelly says they do. It does work for Lands End.
Awesome.
Cool.
There we go.
Nice.
And Lands End is like it's kind of like one of those private label type brands. So there's probably some money to be made there. So unless it's restricted, of course. Anyway, let's move on to Walmart. This is a big watch out for you. If you see a clearance section like this, I would steer clear. If you see a lot of like these items, I guarantee you, if you go to another Walmart, you're going to see those same items. And these are the items that always crash in price. Now, when I go to a clearance item, I like to look for the one-off items, like the onesies and twosies. The small items, I like the ones that hang on the pegs. No one ever looks at those items if they're doing retail arbitrage, like the Dymo labels or like tape refills, stuff like that. Or the one and two random items tucked in the shelves. Those are the items I typically buy. I usually don't buy when they have bulk items like this, unless it's got a really high rank. So otherwise, I would be very, very careful unless you have a lot of experience selling these types of items, because you'll see whole end caps full of I don't know, like Easy Bake Ovens, like they did over Christmas, and everyone flocked to those Easy Bake Ovens. That price crashed to like $20, and they're only selling them for like $20, so it was pretty significant loss for a lot of sellers.
What do you think about doing something like items like this that you are concerned about somebody being on there, or tanking the price, bundling it with like a wholesale type item or even a private label?
Absolutely. That's a great point.
That'd be the way to do those.
Yeah, like the Easy Bake Ovens. No one cared to take the time to do an Easy Bake Oven with the Easy Bake Oven like recipes or refills.
Right. Yeah. No. My idea with that would be private label. There's so many, and guys, we can talk about this. I know you guys are here to learn from Danny about retail arbitrage, but I know that you probably eventually maybe want to get to private label, and that's the thing that I really know more about. And so if you ever come across an item that you want to sell and the price has been tanked and it was a good seller for you, then think about private label the easy way. So like the easy bake oven idea would be, there's so many companies out there that have like baking mixes that you can easily do private label. They'll do your own packaging for you, or you could simply maybe even switch out the packaging, or they have a private label program in place already. Simply make it your brand of brownie mix, for example. Throw it in the easy bake oven, and you have a bundle that nobody else could copy.
Exactly.
So
yeah, looking back at the Q&A before we get too far, Tammy, yeah. And you might want to just look this up if you want to know what she's talking about when you're rolling points. Usually means you can use like a little bit of points and like keep accumulating more shop your way points instead of exhausting them and have to keep rinsing, that allows people to accumulate large amounts of shop your way points to spend. And yes, Greg, Sears did sell their tool line to like Stanley, I believe. So
in the Craftsman tool line,
they sold the brand.
Huh.
I feel they'll still sell them in the stores, but there is a high risk that Amazon will get the Craftsman line eventually. So that's why I've sold very few Craftsman things except with those choice VIP benefits. I'll buy them that way. You can bundle with your
something that fits the brands of what you are bundling do not need to be the same. Correct. Yeah. So Laura, you could do an easy bake oven with a Laura brand brownie mix, or even go out and bundle it with Pillsbury brownie mix if you wanted to. It does not have to be the same brands.
No. You were like oven mitt or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you could do an oven mitt. I mean, anything complimentary, as long as you're able to sell it. Bake Heaven. Easy bake oven.
Yeah, they're easy bake ovens. Just an example.
I'll type in the. Yep.
So anyway, so yeah, unless you're experienced with these types of clearance items, be very careful with them, so you don't waste your money or time sending in tying up money with these clearance items when the price is most likely going to tank. A lot of people are finding, if you go to the next Walmart and you go, oh gosh, there they are again, I wouldn't buy anymore if you've already bought some. So just look for the one-off items, or go to the kitchen or the automotive section. Now that a lot of people have automotive, and look at the clearance over there because no one does, or the home improvement section on the back end caps. So like I said, just watch out for the end caps. Same item. Lots of people find the deal. I look for the one-off items. I usually walk the perimeter of the store and look at all the back end caps so I can see all the departments, arts and crafts, the back end caps of electronics, even all those places. You'll find a lot of good deals back there. Don't just focus on the clearance aisles because they put the clearance other places too, if that's what you're looking for. So you're picking up all your replenishables and at the same time you say, hey, you know what, I can look at all the clearance, see what else I can add to the pile here. So as again, this is all about not having to rely on the clearance, but it is there and you can definitely make some great scores. So all right, Home Depot, just a little tip. If you when you're there and you see clearance sticker that has a 3, ends in 3 cents, it's the final markdown before they liquidate it. So that's the lowest I'll ever be marked. If it doesn't have a 3 at the end of it, chances are you could wait and they'll mark it down again. They usually get pretty aggressive with their markdowns. They mark.
We lose you? Guys, I'll Skype Danny. He must have lost that connection or something. Yeah, we can totally talk private label, whatever you guys want to talk about. Danny's the RA guy, so let me I just send him a Skype message and I'll text him real quick, make sure he knows that he's not on anymore. Oh, he said be right back. So cool. Well, I will take over. Not that I know as much about RA as he does for sure. He is the master. So yeah, guys, with private label, like is he said he lost his internet. So the key really, I mean, the thing is the easy way to get right into it. I know you might think that private label is a huge step, but it's really not. If you do any wholesale, it's just one small step above wholesale. You back, Danny?
I'm back.
All right, cool. We're talking private label now, so you can leave now. We're good. No,
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I had to run to Home Depot real quick.
It's right. No, I was just I'll finish my thought. But if you guys seriously don't think that that you're so far away from private label, the easy way method is so super easy. The whole goal of private label is to have your own unique listing, and so don't think that it has to be your brand and only your brand. It could be you could bundle items together and call it like, you know, the Rieger brand of baking mixes, and it's or Rieger brand baking items, and it's just a bunch of different things that you've put together in a set. But because it's your brand, maybe you put it in a poly bag and put your sticker on it. That's your own unique listing. There's nobody else that's going to be able to jump on that listing. And so just know that private label is not hard. It doesn't have to be hard. And if you're bundling, you're basically doing almost the same thing. So especially if it's a unique bundle with an item that's your brand. So love to talk about private label anytime you guys want to talk about that. But let's have Danny talk about Home Depot. So
All right. So, do you want to answer Laura's question?
oh sure, I have a private manufacturer locally that has a very small niche. Do I just find a product selling like hotcakes? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're already that is selling, yeah. So you could. I mean, you're already doing private label, Laura's, but if you wanted to make it even more exclusive, or just have a second listing, so you have a private label listing of that product by itself, I guess. But yeah, you could bundle anything. Anything complimentary. So real quick strategy is that if you have a private label item that nobody knows about, or it may be in a tough, more competitive niche, then bundle it with something like you said that's selling like hotcakes, and you get to kind of piggyback on the popularity. Like the Easy Bake Oven's a perfect example. Those are selling really well. And you have a baking mix, for example, nobody knows about your baking mix, but you bundle it with a Easy Bake Oven, people are typing in Easy Bake Oven, and they happen to see your listing as well, and you have a really good shot at getting some sales that way. My friend Lance Wolf did that with I think I've talked about this before, a Hershey bar and a little bunny rabbit, a plush bunny rabbit. But he was his private label brand. He bundled with the Hershey bar. People searching for Hershey found his bundle. So yep, that's it. Don't we need to first wholesale for being able? No, absolutely not, Giselle. Giselle, you could totally go jump right to. I mean, okay, I'll give you the gist of private label the easy way in 10 seconds. If you can do wholesale, you can do private label the easy way. Wholesale suppliers are my private label suppliers. Basically, you just ask them, can you switch out the packaging? I put the link to I think you guys can all you guys can get my book for free. It's in the file section, I think, or if not, I'll put it there. But any of you guys that want the private label the easy way book, I'll get it to you. I'll actually just add it to the file section of the Facebook group. All right, Danny, sorry.
Oh, no problem.
It's your fault for the internet going out. So
I know. Had to go buy some light bulbs.
That's right.
Speaking of light bulbs, light bulb possibilities.
All right.
So, all right. This is a secret. I don't tell anyone, but I found it out from somebody else. I'm kind of a creep, I guess. Sometimes I follow people around the store, just curious to see if they're scanning something, So I saw a guy scanning something in Home Depot. I was like, hey, this is my territory. You're in my hometown. What are you doing here?
Really?
I followed him
That's
around,
awesome.
and he was using the Amazon seller app. So it's like, what the heck? I'll just follow him around, see what he buys. Anyway, he was buying a bunch of these light bulbs, and I couldn't figure out why. And I figured it out.
Uh-huh.
And he was buying the rebate bulbs, the ones that are the power company rebates. Like in my area, it's called
Uh-huh.
Ameren. And so they mark these bulbs down really far. And so he was buying those and selling on Amazon for like 300% return on investment. That following that guy led to $18,000 in profit over the next 3 months for me. So I would just go to all these places and clean out. Did I lose you guys? No. Okay.
No, we're good.
All right, and just cleaned out all the Home Depot. So check your Home Depot and see if you have any. You'll see little stickers like buy these. That will be a hang tag that says whatever your power company is, and they might give you a rebate. So I just followed that guy around, and I took like a mental note and scanned everything he scanned and saved it all. And yep, and I followed him out to the parking lot too. So
That's awesome.
my wife was like, "Wow, you're such a creep."
And you beat him up and took all his light bulbs.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to took all his light bulbs. Yes.
That's right. Oh
But
my gosh.
anyway, so I don't know. That's like one of those things. It's like your market may vary. So, it's just you'll just have to check it out. So, and see what. Um, Man, I don't know if we're gonna get a chance to get to Staples or not. Well, it's not that important, right? Everyone
Staples is on them. Nobody wants to hear about Staples.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure they do.
So yeah, I got some problems with this. Let's see here. There we go. I'd fix my screen share here. Anyway, we'll see if we have time for that. But some people want me to talk about how to analyze a product for purchase, and I think some people are maybe over analyzing it a little bit. I gotta be honest with you. I don't ever analyze products when I'm in the store. I just buy it and then sell it. It's the same thing.
Guys, it's okay if you do. I mean,
yes,
some
it's
people
okay.
like overanalyze stuff, or not necessarily overanalyze, but some people just want to do research and love the research part of it. I'm with Danny. I just, that part annoys me. Now, does that mean I might make more bad buys than you? Yeah, absolutely. But if you're not so worried about every little detail and you're just going to be able to get done quicker, get out of the store quicker for sure.
Yeah.
But it's okay if you want to look at camel, and keep all of that for every single buy. Just know it's going to take you longer than the next person, and you're probably actually going to make better buys. But Danny's dealing with an hour. He's got to get in and get out. If he did that on every single one, you'd probably walk out with a quarter of the stuff you normally do.
Yeah, it's all about your hourly wage. That's why I tell you guys only buy 3, 4, 5 of an item, and don't look at this item right down here. It's right 92,000 in kitchen. Okay, so maybe it sells 50 a month, somewhere in there. But I know some of you are looking. Okay, let's look and see how many sellers there are. Yeah, let's see. Let's just look at prime sellers because that's what you're competing with. You got, yeah, quite a few here, and you'll run the to see how many they have in stock. Let's say on this first page there's 150, which there could be, and it's only selling 50 a month. So some people have been asking, well, isn't it saturated? No, it's not, because if you're only buying 3 or 4, you're not saturating anymore, because you only need to sell 3 or 4. These people that have like 100, it's going to take them forever to sell it.
Right.
If you're in and out with 3, 4, you only need to get the buy box like maybe a couple times to sell all of them. So
exactly. And if these are hot sellers, bundle it with a baking mat or something.
So don't necessarily worry about. There could be 300 sellers on a product and I might buy 20 of them because it's ranked like 200 in toys, but I only need to get a buy box for a very brief amount of time to sell out, and I'm gone. So, and you got to think these guys right here, not even competition for the buy box. So by default, they're knocked out. Same with probably these 2 or 3. You get down here, this is really only your competition in this area somewhere.
Mhm.
So it doesn't really matter how many they have because you only have a few. So that's all you got to do. These are replenishables. So you just keep sending in 3, 4 at a time. Unless it's a really higher ranking item, then you adjust it. You might send 5 or 6, or a higher ranking, you might send 8 or 10.
Mhm.
And unless it's a really high ranking item, maybe you want to send 20, 25. But you only need a very brief moment or time just to get in and out, in and out. That's you just want to turn your money as quickly as possible
Mhm.
and rinse and repeat. There's no reason why you need to buy 100 like some of these people would and stick it all on there. It just doesn't make sense. Unless you just like paying storage fees.
Right.
I mean, I guess some people like to pay storage fees, but so you're like, why do they have 300 oven mitts? I mean, that's insane. When they're like, it'll take them 6 to 8 months to sell it, but you're smart. You only bought 5, so don't worry about that too much. I mean, if you want to, you can look at Keepa, but look at the average sale price, but I don't even look at that because I just really don't have the time to.
Right.
Ken, you said where's the profit in the bulk price? The well, it's like I said, your market may vary. So every power company has different rebates. Mine is very generous, so they mark them down really far, and the profit margins are usually 100% plus ROI. So no, they are. The ball brands are EcoSmart. Sometimes they do Philips too, and but it's usually EcoSmart. I mean, not all sellers are competitors because they have a lot of stock. Well, not necessarily. Look, you only have like a 4 or 5. So that's the point is that you only need to get the buy box for a brief amount of time to sell yours. So you're not worried about there being super oversaturated. Um, so don't worry about there being a ton of stock because you only need to sell 4 or 5 to make it worth your time. So you said you have said if there are no prime sellers who price item 10% higher than the lowest merchant fulfilled, say there are prime sellers and their prices are much higher than 10% above. No, actually, Ken, there's some wholesale items I sell 50% higher than the lowest merchant fulfilled, and no problem. And it's worth it to me to do that. Um, so I have no problem selling. I sell stuff all the time that's well above the lowest merchant fulfilled price. Most of those people are so low because they can't get the buy box. And so they keep driving the price lower to try to get the buy box because they have like horrible feedback or metrics. So if they do have the buy box, I wouldn't even worry about that either. So people are, like I said, are looking specifically for prime sellers. And so, I mean, if you have a prime account, think about the last time you bought a non-prime seller's merchandise. I bet you'd be hard pressed to think when the last time you did that.
All right. Exactly.
So, put yourself in the average customer's shoes. They want to use their prime 2-day shipping. So they really want to find those prime sellers. So every once in a while, I'll buy a third party like merchant fulfilled item, but that's usually because there are no FBA sellers, but that's the only case. So anyway, da, 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 da. So, and just to give you an example, I took this ASIN and put it over here. I mean, the only thing I might look at here, you could see has 872 days of data, and
Mhm.
I mean, you could see the price has been pretty steady. The
Mhm.
rankings getting better.
Mhm.
Um, so you're looking at a big picture. This is a stock chart. You see, okay, on average, it's selling for a pretty good price. The number of sellers right now is at an all-time high, but as you can see, it was almost just as high back here, and it dropped off. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just have to wait them out. If you're persistent and you keep trying to sell on the same replenishable over and over, you're going to have seasons where you're going to have very few sellers in competition,
Mhm.
and you see it dropped off here. So, but anyway, let's see. What else was I going to talk about?
No, but Tammy says she doesn't want you to talk about Staples.
Okay, I didn't think so. So, yeah, I don't know if I can talk about Staples or not.
That's an actual. Well, is that going to cost extra?
Yes, it will cost extra. Yeah, it's easy. Let's see. So Staples. Can you guys hear the sound when I play the?
I heard that sound. Yeah. What was that?
Okay, okay. I spent 30 minutes trying to get this sound clip in here. Okay, so bear
Uh
with
huh.
me. I was gonna make a big opening with this. See. Okay,
Is that where the
that's it.
money is?
That's right. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All seriousness though, Staples. Okay, it's kind of a tough place to shop, but it's a gold mine because um, there's a lot of stuff sitting on the shelves that is regular price that you can that's actually 90% off or more. They do a horrible job at marking their clearance down. Uh, One of the biggest things about let's see if I can find it.
Show us the money. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
let's just Google Staples clearance. Okay. So I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm trying to do something here.
Hey,
Okay,
that's live, man. This is good stuff.
look at this. So you got this. Um, Here's a typical clearance sticker for Staples. Gotcha. So when you look at this, obviously this is not messed up here. But anyway, this is just give you.
Was 99, 99, 90? Holy cow.
All right, here's an example. This is legit. You got like here's a something that's 90% off. But if you look on these tags, you notice they have a date right here. Every one of them has a date. This is the date that they generated this label. So in the clearance section, you'll see all these items like with these clearance stickers on here. This guy bought these way too soon. I bought a bunch of these, but so let's see if I find some more pictures. But anyway, you'll notice they have all these clearance stickers and they have these dates. The older they are, the more likelihood that it's been marked down many times, and
Uh-huh.
they haven't reflected that on the new sticker because they haven't generated new stickers. They get automatically marked down by corporate.
Uh-huh.
So this is probably a real. I kid you not. If I walked into my clearance Staples right now, I would see a sticker from maybe 2013.
Seriously. Wow.
Yes, and you take it. There's no price scanners there, so you
Uh-huh.
have to take it up to the front and say, "Okay, scan this for me." And
Uh-huh.
most likely it's going to be like 90% off. Like we looked at.
Jeez.
So that's one big thing you want to look at.
So just go through the staples and look at the markdowns and look at the date. And if they're really, really old, take it up to the front.
Exactly. Now,
Okay.
here's the key. You'll see. Let me see. Find some. You'll see clearance stickers all over the place. They're really easy to
Uh-huh.
identify.
Okay. And are they they're within they're not like a certain dedicated section, are they're within every aisle?
They usually put them on the back end caps.
Okay.
Staples has changed things where they have like a more of a consolidated area for clearance, but check
Uh-huh.
all parts of the store because um, they will go through cycles where they'll clearance whole sections. Like sometimes they'll clearance the whole Soda Stream or the whole Keurig section, or
Oh my gosh.
they just clearance the whole tool
Wow.
section, and then they just a few months ago they clearance the entire vacuum cleaner aisle with all the cleaners and everything. So,
Mm.
oh man, I found one of these bad boys one time. This was awesome. It
Is
was
this
a
mostly in store? Can you do this online for
You
Staples?
cannot do this online. You can't.
Only on in the store. Okay.
Only in stores where you find the gold.
Okay.
Okay.
Gisela was
Yeah.
asking about that.
Yeah, unfortunate. But if you, I know you said you had someone in the U.S. So and just have her, check out the Staples. It's definitely worth it. But the key is to look at the dates on the labels. I can give you another pointer, but I'm not sure how well it will end for you personally.
Mm-hmm.
You have to schmooze the manager a little bit. But anyway, build up a good relationship with the store manager if you can,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't even know if I want to mention this or not. It's worth a bunch of money. I don't want to put myself in this predicament here. So anyway, okay. Well, you can get these things called inventory status reports. So what that is, it's a big sheet that shows everything that's clearance in the store and what the price is.
Okay.
So they're supposed to follow those sheets and go around and mark all the stuff down. So in essence, it'll show you some of the stuff that's clearance and show you what the real price is. They may have a printer, and I've bought scanners, printers for like $10
Uh-huh.
that sell for like $140, $50, $200 on Amazon.
Oh my gosh.
And they sell instantly.
Those are book margins.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So they're most likely going to tell you no, they can't give you one. But if you can get one, that's where it is.
And so if you get one for one store, is it different for an X store? Do you have to schmooze every manager?
Nope. You get one, you got it.
So, for every Staples in the country?
Yep.
Wow.
That's why you can sing the money, money, money song everywhere you go. So
all we need is one person in this whole group to get it.
So if you get the inventory status,
to share.
You have to get it every month, though. So you got to like buy them a dinner or a lunch.
So is there any single people in the group that want to marry a Staples manager?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, Giselle already said that. Date one manager and get the list.
And then say, you know what? I think we're done here. It just didn't work out.
That's right.
Unless you can get me more of those inventory status reports. I might have a copy, but
oh my gosh.
I would like to see
this
one
webinar's going down quickly, Danny.
I know. We're talking about selling yourself for an inventory status report here. I'm going
People
to go
are saying that they already thought you had one.
Well, look, see, here's the point. I can't do it all. You guys schmooze your own managers and get it.
That's right.
I just want to see if someone else can get one. That's all.
Giselle.
Okay, I'm telling you, do not tell anyone any of this, please. This is just, you don't want all these people ruin it for you, okay?
That's right.
I was reluctant to even mention it here, but I did because I just feel like helping out here. That tip alone.
Yvette says, I'm willing to date outside my marriage to get one. Take one for the team.
Oh man, that's too good. That's too good.
Yikes.
So
yeah. Oh, this is crazy.
Danny,
Pam said that the manager at her Staples said the order to markdown comes from corporate on Tuesdays.
It does. My brother used to work at Staples, so I had the inside scoop here a long time ago.
You guys are hilarious.
They do mark it down every Tuesday, but he said it rarely changes from week to week. It'll change from month to month. So that's why I said you don't have to bug them every week. If you can get monthly, that's probably good enough.
Oh my gosh.
So anyone out there, I'll buy your dinner if you can get an inventory status report. You know, I can buy the dinner for your date with the Staples.
That's right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. Oh, hopefully the manager's opposite sex. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that is true. That's going to be a tough one there. But
oh my gosh.
Might have to ask for the assistant manager then. I don't know.
I'm glad I stuck around in this webinar, Danny. This is entertaining.
But can you get me a date? Well, I can't help with that, Philip, but I can't do everything, okay? I can.
Dating the easy way.
Look, just let me know ahead of time where you go out to eat so I can get a discounted gift card. So from Gift Card Granny. So.
Oh my gosh.
That's how I roll, you know. But so if you get an inventory status report, I highly suggest you share it with the group because that would be awesome. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy, yeah, this is
Laura wants to know if it's does this strategy work for Office Max?
Not that I know of. They do have their own reports, but I only know this because my brother worked for Staples.
Okay.
And usually the inventory status reports, there's nothing confidential on it. In fact, he said he was the manager,
okay,
the assistant managers, and the guys that were supposed to do it just throw it in the shredder. So that's why they never marked anything down because they didn't have time or they didn't want to do it.
Right.
And that's why you see things like this sitting on a shelf, and it's 2017, and there's something from 2013 sitting there.
Okay.
There's also stuff sitting in the back that only an inventory status report will tell you. So one time I saw them wheeling back a bunch of these Hamilton Beach coffee makers, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
hold on a second. They haven't sold a Hamilton Beach coffee maker for like a year. And I stopped the guy and asked him. They were like $7 each, and they're $100 coffee makers. So
Oh my
I
goodness.
got those. They were getting ready to just ship them off. I don't know what they're going to do with
That's
them.
crazy.
They do not get rid of their stuff. They'll mark it down all the way to 90% off. So, hey, look, we got 100 people plus people in this group. If we all go to our local Staples and try to get inventory status report, one of us is gonna get it. So, but okay.
What'd you start, Danny?
I don't know what I've done. What have I done here? This is awesome.
Cool. Staples in Portugal. Awesome.
I have to go back and play the money song again. That's how you make money right here at
That's
Staples.
how you make money.
All right, yeah. That's how you do it. That's what it is. So I told you how to shop your way it. I told you how to light bulb it, and I told you how to Staples it. So
Oh my goodness.
that's some big stuff there. No one will tell you that stuff. You only get that information in this group only. So
that's right.
like I said, that's valuable stuff. So
it's crazy valuable, dude.
Yeah, just keep it on the down low. Okay.
I've never sourced at Staples.
Oh man, I love Staples. I kid you not. I've never, just up until a year ago, I never shopped Walmart ever.
Mm-hmm.
I was too busy with Kmart and Staples. Staples was my number one store.
Wow.
So that just goes to show you how, you guys know me. I mean, that shows you how big Staples is.
Yeah.
I drove 6 hours to Chicago just to hit up all the Staples. I think I went to 11 Staples, and I couldn't see it at the back of the U-Haul van. So whoever thought you could make that kind of load at Staples?
At Staples, wow.
So, I mean, geez. Omnitech. Oh, I haven't seen this. This you can find these on clearance all the time. This kind of like a private label. Omnitech.
Shredder?
Yeah, it's a shredder. So you can sell those. You can sell Staples paper on Amazon.
Wow.
Staples branded paper. Done it. I've done that. You can always get them for a penny every week.
Yeah.
So with the easy.
What I love about this, Danny, is most people who are doing retail arbitrage aren't even thinking about going to Staples and sourcing.
People despise Staples. I tell them Staples, and they just blow me off.
Right.
But they don't know the money.
So the folks in this group can take advantage of that.
Absolutely. So you gotta have it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they just clearance out all their toys. They get tons of toys at Christmas time. They always clearance them out. I took a picture. You know, some of the stuff that this looks like my cart from one other day. Bought a bunch of. I brought who has successfully sold paper towels on Amazon. Well, I did. I found paper towels, a special kind of paper towel at Staples. It had Dawn mixed into it. So like when you used it, like had Dawn soap in it. It was pretty cool. So
Linda wants to know if Staples takes them tax exempt.
Yes, they do.
Cool. Very cool.
Money. Yeah, you see these random clearance tables and all that. That's none of that stuff is good on that table anyway, so don't worry about that. Anyway, that's how you conquer Staples.
Nice.
I used to do it just by the old legwork, going around taking stuff up. Cashiers would get highly annoyed with me as I was taking stuff up there all the time. It's like, how much is this? How much is this? How much is this? You can, if you give me your license, I've heard of people getting one of the store scanners. If they let them check it out, and you can go around and scan stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
So you got to think outside the box. If you really want to be top dog in this, you got to think outside the box. So
that's right.
And then once you find out what those great items are, you just go to all the Staples and you just clean house.
That's right.
Clean house.
Or get somebody else, guys. I mean, don't think you gotta drive
Yeah.
all over the country. Do you have family that lives in a different city? Ask them to shop for you and pay them a little bit. A typical, I mean, you can do whatever arrangement you want, but a typical percentage is people will pay 10% of what they spend. If they have if they already have a list of items that you want them to buy and they don't have to do any, research themselves or do any scanning, and you might be able to pay them even less than that because all they're doing is just going to pick up stuff for you. But
Absolutely.
seriously, think about, I mean, retail arbitrage is hard to scale into a bigger business if you're doing it all yourself. So do what Danny does with his brother. Outsource as much of this as you can, especially if you want to. If you have a goal to do wholesale or private label at any time in your business, you guys all know how profitable retail arbitrage is. It doesn't mean you have to give that up. So find somebody that you can partner with or just hire the sourcing out. If you have a long buy list of things in an Amazon seller app and all you got to do is give somebody access to that list, they can continue to buy this stuff for you. And you're not abandoning this business model. It's a great business model. It's just hard to do it big time by yourself. There's going to be a point when you kind of are tapped out on time and money, but especially your time. So just as Jim Cockrum talks about, really get to a point in your business where you're doing only the things that you can do. So if you can pay somebody to go out and pick up items from a retail store for you, then my goodness, you guys are worth so much more than that. So, value your time. That's why I love Danny's methods, because he's talking about getting in and out in an hour and making $1,000. So,
Boom.
yep.
Look, I just found you a deal.
Did you?
Paper galore here.
Nice.
Well, as you were talking, I was sitting there going,
yeah, no, that's good.
All these. Okay. So look at this. You get a whole giant box of paper. Look at that. That's crazy. $38. You can pick these all the time up for next to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There's usually a limit, but like a blah, blah, blah.
Danny, have you ever used or heard of TaskRabbit?
TaskRabbit, no.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's an app. I think it's only I don't know if it would be available in small town Illinois, but like in where I live, it's an app, guys, that you can have people do all kinds of different little odd jobs and assignments and run errands for you. There's a girl here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that's a big-time Amazon seller that uses it all the time, and she gives a list of items for this person to go pick up at stores for her, drops it right off at her front door. I'm not sure. I think she pays them through the app, but there's just so many ways to outsource little things that, it doesn't really make sense for you to spend an hour going to a store and back when you could have somebody else, pay them $10 an hour or whatever to do those little things when you could be home working on things that only you can do in your business. So figure out ways I would make it a goal to outsource as much of the little stuff that you can, and you can focus on the things that really bring in the big bucks for you.
That's right. Absolutely.
Danny, Philip wants to know what you do about sales tax. How do you handle sales tax for Amazon sales?
I let my accountant do it.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, the way I have it set up, I just give them, you can give them user access to your account and let them set it up for you. Because you hear all kinds of conflicting things.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want it done right. I'm pretty sure I only need to charge sales tax to people who live in Illinois, but I just kind of let them handle it.
Yeah, guys, I would tell you, I've been doing this for a long time and been around a little with seeing other Amazon sellers, and the huge majority of them only collect sales tax in the states that they live. Now, if your accountant tells you to do something different, go for it. I mean, you probably are playing it way safer than the rest of us. But mostly what I've read in different, Facebook groups I'm in, that until somebody sees someone get, sued for back taxes, and they're a big Amazon or any Amazon seller for certain states, they're just going to continue to collect in the state that they're in. So again, I'm not an accountant, but that's what I do.
I always default to, I'm not an accountant. So.
I don't want to be an accountant.
No. Yeah. So yeah, just with our main account, we just have the accountants has user access, and she knows how
Hmm.
to like pull reports and stuff. So they can handle a lot of that work for you. And going back to what Ryan said, just delegating things. I used to do every aspect of the business, and it really held me back. So, and now I don't tape boxes or wrap stuff, or I still buy stuff, but even I've outsourced most of that as time goes on. One of the warehouse guys, he has a list and he just goes and takes the big van out and fills it up and comes back and he does it every day.
Yep. And most people start, doing everything. It's just the way it is. You're the
Hmm.
you're everything in your business. You're the guy. If it doesn't happen, if something needs to happen, you do it all at the beginning. But just make it a goal to get to a point to where you're really only working on the things that only you can do. I'm not there yet, guys. I'll be honest. I mean, but I'm getting closer. I'm not. My business doesn't look anything like it did a year ago as far as what I spend my time on.
Yep,
So I
exactly.
love it that I get to spend time on the things that I really enjoy and that I'm really good at.
Yep. Yep. So, yeah, definitely try to. I know a lot of you have been talking to group. They've already found people to shop for you, some
Hmm.
people to start packing boxes. That is
Hmm.
that is amazing stuff. I can't tell you
Absolutely.
how much you're going to grow.
Oh, totally.
I mean, like I kept saying, sales tripled for us
Yeah.
because we have people doing all the packing and prepping and everything now. So
Yep. And
I
if there's
can't believe
parts
how
of
much.
the business you don't like to do, most people don't enjoy the prep and ship. Hire that. That's usually the first thing people hire out. But
Mhm.
um, hire out the things that you don't enjoy.
Exactly.
You
So,
sourcing.
oh yeah, sorry,
No, this is good.
I got sidetracked on staples here. I
No,
started
it's
looking
fine.
around.
I'm blabbing, so you're, you're sourcing. That's good.
Can't help myself. Oh,
I know.
so but let's see. Was there anything else that
Oh,
that maybe?
Gregory, just about a question earlier. Since Walmart purchased Jet, do you think that they will introduce a similar FBA kind of program to compete with Amazon?
I have no idea, but I think long term, it's very
Yeah.
likely that the only way for them to capture more third-party sellers is they're going to have to do that because we're spoiled.
Philip
So
says we source in our dreams. Yep, I know what
yeah,
that's like. Man,
I have dreams. I'm part of Jungle Scout.
that's right. And guys, Jungle Scout's the tool I use for private label. It's like one of the main tools.
So you can see I only have honey. I only have Jungle Scout, and that's it. I mean, I got this Adobe thing, and that's it. So that's all I use. I mean, I keep it pretty simple.
Giselle says, so Danny, I see you sourcing online for staples. Is it the same approach as you showed us with home and gardens?
Yes, I mean, you're talking about like all the other private label brands is the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Office products, that category is not quite as deep, so be careful. Just check on Jungle Scout.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a super deep category. So as you can see, at 39,000, there's only 37 sales. So
Right.
make sure you're paying attention to that. I mean, a lot
Are
of
you,
these things you can get free or like for a penny at stores. That's
uh-huh.
why you see them on here and people are selling them. So
Huh.
those types of items.
That's crazy. Are you selling on Jet?
No,
Yeah,
no.
I'm not either.
I'm I'm on I'm on Walmart now,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have anything listed yet.
Yeah.
But I'm all the way through the process. I just have to upload my spreadsheet.
Cool.
We didn't talk about Walmart. That's in the future. Our friend John, he's getting into Walmart. He's
Yeah,
doing
he
really
is.
well. So he'd probably be the best person to talk to about that. He has his own group that started up for Walmart stuff, but it's not user friendly right now because of the way you have to list items. It'll
Mm-hmm.
drive you crazy, and you have to ship everything yourself. You can't use Amazon to ship it because they don't have non-branded boxes anymore.
Right.
So can't do that. You're gonna have to ship it yourself. So, but he has a prep center, so he just has them ship it for him, or he does it too. But so um, that's a neat thing. Hopefully, with our prep center, well, we will with our prep center be able to ship your third-party fulfillment orders like eBay orders, Shopify, Walmart, Jet orders.
Nice.
Everything will be integrated into the software, so you'll be able to do that automatically, and we can take care of it. We'll see those orders come in
That's
and
awesome.
ship them for you.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Just hanging around in this group, guys. You get all kinds of new stuff.
Yeah, we should have the app by another week. We should have the app up.
That's
So,
beautiful.
Yep.
Seriously, I mean, Danny's always learning, guys. I mean, I'm learning too. And my knowledge is more the private label side of things. And so what's really cool is like once you guys are ready to head into that, then we'll talk more about private label if you want, if you talk wholesale. But there's all kinds of new retail arbitrage strategies that Danny's going to end up learning about and bringing it to you. So, man, just hanging around here for sure.
Yeah, I'm on the cutting edge of retail arbitrage.
You really are, seriously, man.
So
you are.
I got a lot more to say, but we'll trickle it out here. I don't want to overload you.
Right.
Here's a private label staples item, popping. You can look into that one. I've never even touched it. I just don't have time.
Mm-hmm.
But some good items in there.
Yeah, Giselle, we definitely thought about how the group will continue. I mean, as long as people want to be in, we'll continue to do it. So, I think we have it. We just set it up as a trial thing for 3.5 months to see, if there number one if there is interest, and number one if Danny had time to do it. And he's enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, and I can definitely tell from WhatsApp messages that you guys are getting a lot out of it. So, probably in the middle of March, we'll relaunch for those of you that want to continue on and do it again. Just keep, I imagine as long as Danny's happy and you guys are happy, we'll keep doing this.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of stuff going on in the group, and I know Ryan and I talked about adding to it or growing, maybe doing like a mentoring group, but for now, I know I've decided not to do that. So we're just going to keep with the smaller community, and yeah, that's our plan for now, and let's keep moving on.
Right.
I want this to turn into something, and in fact, the name's probably going to change the group, but we are going to move way beyond retail arbitrage. Is going to be a kind of an all-inclusive mentoring group for just the 100 or so of you. It's going to include everything from retail arbitrage to just managing your business, personnel. We can even get in. We talked briefly about exclusives. We'll eventually get into stuff like that, wholesale, and then
yeah, so basically we'll all grow together. I mean, honestly, that's what'll end up happening. And whatever you guys want it to be, whatever topics interest you. Drinking water out of a fire. No, I know what you mean. That's funny.
The bundle. I'm glad you said that, Lisa. The bundles, the bundle list is ready. Okay.
Cool.
The only way we figured out to keep it kind of separate, not overwhelm myself. Leanna has offered to help out and take on a lot of the work, and so they all agreed that we should have like a separate Facebook group, which has already been created. It's called RA Legends Bundlers.
Cool.
So that way, all the bundle requests and all the bundle related questions will stay in that group and not clutter up our kind of like mentoring Facebook group here. So, and that way all that stuff will be there, and they are the experts, Leanna and Stacy, so they can answer all your questions. You can also ask bundling questions in there. And but it's I'll put it in the chat for you, Kelly. We just so I searched for it just a little bit ago and found it. So but there, she's going to have the list populated. There's going to be like a real small application. Just say, okay, I want this bundle, blah, blah, blah. Then we'll tell you, we'll send you a private message that gives you the source for the stuff in the bundle. And when you see the list, it's going to be real generic. It's not going to say
Cool.
what's in it or anything. It's just going to be like a kitchen bundle you can get from Walmart or something like that, you know. And that way it doesn't give away anything, and people aren't on. We're going to try to limit to like 2 people a bundle. So I think we have 50 plus bundles right now, but it's growing pretty fast. And they're all really good bundles. I've looked at them all, and I came up with some of them myself. So I'll also be adding some of my finds at the bottom, just like bundles I've dismantled. Google Images.
Right. I love that trick, by the way, which you showed a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
That's
we
so
need
awesome.
to do that little video or something for your other group.
Yeah, we need to do it in private label. You should totally do that.
You want that 3 to 4K a week you promised. Yeah,
That's
Philip, I'm trying to deliver, all right? We're working on that. But
and you'll just
oh,
go post in the regular Facebook group about the bundle opportunity, about
yeah,
getting in the bundle group.
and Ron, we'll start approving people. I just have to cross check and make sure they're actually people that are in the group before
Yeah.
I approve everyone. So I'm just gonna, most of you I recognize and I can approve it, but I will do a quick double check and make sure everyone, so I'll approve them kind of slow, just to make sure I don't approve anyone that doesn't belong in there.
Hmm.
And Eddie, for the commingled items, I'm not 100% sure yet if we'll be doing those or not. Right now everything is sticker, but I'll be able to tell you that before we launch. Are you working on DVD? Yes, it's in the file section, Lisa. It's real brief, but there's really no trick to it other than that Barry was able to find the actual sources that work for DVD, and they're in that,
Cool.
and he told you how much he bought. And it took him 50 tries, but he got approved.
Seriously?
He said
50
50.
for real?
It
Oh
did.
my
50.
gosh. Holy
And
cow.
is anyone in the chat or watching, has anyone else been approved yet? I think we had a couple more, 1 or 2 more that have got approved in DVD. So if you do, just let us know and give some people some motivation or encouragement. I did something kind of cool today. I don't know if it's worth sharing or not, but I don't know.
What'd you do?
I don't know.
Ah,
I'm always on to Amazon, you know. I'm always getting on the case. The other day I put in the case telling them that they were selling inauthentic items, and that they couldn't prove they were real, which was true.
Amazon was?
Yeah, they were
Okay.
selling a Walmart private label item,
Okay.
and I told them that they in no way can prove that it's real, and
Okay.
because it's an in-store only item. So I said, how in the world are you getting this item? Because it's
Right.
in store. Anyway, I had them over a barrel, and they keep trying to elevate the case and try to close it,
Yeah.
but I keep reopening the case, and so I'm being a little pest, okay, right now. So
Oh my gosh.
if one day I'm just magically gone, then maybe the Gestapo came and got me or something. But I'm not going to let them win that one. And I'm making some progress. I laid it all out. I mean, it's a airtight case against them. So and I'm telling them they're being too, that Vendor Express is that is a very dangerous game that they're playing there. So
That's funny.
anyway, I got approved for something that's kind of cool,
Uh-huh.
and I'll
What's
share it
up?
with you guys. Man, this loaded with content here. Okay, there's this cool little brand that's only available at Target. Target is the only people that can sell them, for the exception of like a few different variations that Amazon has them, but they can't get the Target stuff because Target is only authorized distributor of most of their stuff. It took me like 6 tries, but I got approved in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'll be, well, I can sell stuff profitably in it. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but I just wanted to see because I wanted to do it for you guys to see if I get approved for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll show you exactly what I did. It's a brand. It's called what little
Mm-hmm.
woodsies. There's these little toys that look like calico critters. You can only buy them at Target.com, and okay, or in store. So you go to Little Woodsies here, you check them out. I found this because my daughter got one of these for Christmas, and of course I scanned it like I always do, and so I scanned all of her toys with my seller app. And if you click here where to buy, boom, Target.com. Okay, they want authorized distributors. Okay, well, that's the only authorized distributor is
Uh-huh.
Target.com. So if you click on there, you can see. Ta-da! Here they are. So you just buy them here and you resell them on Amazon. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right now they're all regular price. They do go like 25% off. So
Mm-hmm.
there will be lots of profit to make on these if you're patient, especially and you're able to stack like savings and a Target Red card. If you have one, you get an extra 5% off.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so you'll notice that if you search Little Woodsies on your phone, you'll notice that they're all restricted if you click on them. This is restricted. There's only one seller on it. You sell them for 80 bucks. So you go over here. It's $40.99. You can get them for like $27. So that's pretty good, right? So anyway, what you have to do is you have to order, and I'll put my invoices in the Facebook group. I'll show you exactly what I bought. I'll tell you how I worded my case, and I basically told them, hey, look, I copy this URL and say, look, Target is the only authorized seller of Little Woodsies. I
Right.
said, I know you say you need an invoice, but they do not give you invoices. They only give you POs or receipts. Okay. So I
Uh-huh.
told them you got to get beyond that. And I told them in a nice way. I didn't tell them that exactly. And so you have to get beyond the invoice thing, and you got to prove it because all these people are buying from Target anyway and reselling it.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to take my POs. I know it doesn't say invoice, and I said if I stick invoice on there, it's going to be fraudulent. It's not real. You know, it's they don't put invoice on any of their stuff when they're selling to the consumer. So I said, and I was able to get approved after like 7 tries. But I was relentless. I kept reopening the case and saying, look, it it's impossible to give you what you require because there's no such thing as an invoice from Target. You only get POs from them. So or receipts if you buy it in store. So if you stick with it, you can have yourself like a almost like a toy exclusive Little Woodsies. No one else can get these. They're restricted. So that's pretty awesome, right? But not for our group. Everyone here is going to be authorized to sell Little Woodsies. So that's pretty cool, huh? But
That's really cool.
so yeah, you get Little Woodsies and you're really going to make some bank, on these little calico critter thingies
I'm gonna
here.
step away just for a second.
So just I'll put the POs in the Facebook group. I'll show you what I bought. He had to buy 30 items across 5 SKUs. I bought 31 items across 6 SKUs, and so I was able to get approved. I have like 3 big boxes in my living room right now, Little Woodsies, because I was afraid I wasn't going to get approved, but I finally did this morning. So let's see what questions we got. Yes, Lisa, they're restricted because it's a brand restriction. But if you go to your seller account and you type in Little Woodsies, add a product, Little Woodsies, you'll see it says request approval. If a brand says request approval, that means you're able to sell it if you get approved. So I told them, okay, look, if you have a request approval, you have to take these Target POs. I was like, there is no other way to get these Little Woodsies. You can only get them from Target. So the way I laid it out, they finally had to relent and give me approval to sell them. So yes, I'm game to do this, John. I know we can do this. And I see Amazon on a listing. Yes, he said they do have some of them. There's like an exclusive like set of them, just like the characters that are not sold by Target. That least that Target does, Amazon does have, but don't worry about that. You can't get those anyway. So So you never open a new case. Yeah, I do. I just keep reopening the old one. I just like to annoy them, so it seems to work really well. I just
That's
keep saying,
awesome.
like, they keep trying to give me these cut and paste answers on the stinking private label from Walmart. I say, look, you're not going to get away with this. I said, if you hold me to the same standards and I'm holding you to the same standards you hold me to. I said, I want proof that you're getting these from a legitimate source. But they
That's
keep saying
crazy.
they keep elevating it to a higher authority somewhere. So if I have to email Jeff at Amazon.com, I will. So no, they don't, Ken, unless that is one of the ways you can get approved. But you can have, if you click on request approval, you'll see that they will accept invoices, but you can't get invoices from Target, but you can in a little way. So I see some Little Woodsy bundle. Absolutely. You're talking about, that is a great point, Laura. You talk about restriction city. If you put a Little Woodsy, like we talked about those DVD bundles, like Stacy made a DVD bundle where she bundled a toy with a DVD. By default, people that can't sell DVDs can't list on the listing anyway because it's restricted because it has a DVD in it. This is the same way. You could bundle Little Woodsies with Calico Critters. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I like that. So you look down here and there's these Calico Critters galore everywhere. I mean, these things are like populate the shelves everywhere at Toys R Us, and see frequently bought together stuff. You can do the same thing with Little Woodsies, because who doesn't want like a tree house, like
Hmm.
this little tree house, and you got this all this cool stuff, and it's kind of compatible. So if you guys stick with it, you can all be Little Woodsy sellers too, just like me. So, but you can be just like me and sell Little Woodsies. But they're nice toys, and you can see there's already frequently bought stuff bought together. There are no bundles that exist, so that's a perfect example. If everyone can get approved in Little Woodsies, we'll start making some bundles, or at least some of you. So I'm going to help make sure everyone gets approved that wants to get approved.
That's
And
awesome.
so I think Q4 will be awesome for Little Woodsies. Obviously, they're going to be more popular and sell better. And a lot of these, there's not a lot of sellers on. There's one seller on this one. This I know you can get from Target. I have this sitting in my living room right now. So, and I think I bought it for a lot less than that. It said it's like $43. So $43. They sell for like 20 something. And that's right now. I wouldn't buy them. They're all regular price. So they do go on sale pretty frequently. You can get this for like $27 and so on and so forth. So you see some says see store for price, see store for price. So awesome stuff. So Little Woodsies, there's a gold mine to be made there. So
Very
anyone
cool.
else can't you find the manufacturer? Um, well, I mean, I guess you could find the manufacturer, but Little Woodsies here is a brand owner, so even if you could find the manufacturer, I don't know if that would help you because they're not going to sell these to you. They're only sell them obviously through the brand owner here. So
Hmm.
obviously, yeah, they're not making these. They're making them in China or somewhere and having them shipped here under their brand. So yeah, you're going to have to go through Target. There's no other way around it. I mean, when you go to buy, they're only sold at Target. So tip, don't fret about losing money. Exactly, Ken. That's a good point. When you try to get approved for stuff, what Ken's saying is don't worry about trying to make money on the items you get approved for. If I lose a little money or break even, I don't care. I mean, the point is that you now can sell Little Woodsies or health and beauty or all that stuff. So how to get approved for Hasbro? You can get approved for Hasbro through Entertainment Earth on some items, like Star Wars stuff. You can do what I just talked about right here and do that. Um, you have to be relentless, so you have to keep reopening the case and bug them to death until they give you what you want. So it seems to work that way. So if they see you've tried to approve for DVDs 50 times like Barry did, I guess they finally just gave up and let him have it. So it's, being persistent is really the key about this. People just, they disapprove me and I can't get little woodsies. I would have gave up after the first try. I would never got it. So trying to ask. Oh yeah, Marsha, what's your
post it
okay.
here? Yeah, that's fine.
So
Ken has a question. How do you overcome the requirement one letter from Little Woodsies authorizing you to sell their products?
which you're not going to get because they only sell to Target. I can tell you right now, you're not going to be able to get that from Little Woodsies. They're not going to give you it because it's only available at Target stores and online. So looks like Amazon's got a little deal through them where they have a few different lines that they can sell, but they're just the little people like a Panda or something like that, and a couple others. So, but yeah, you're gonna have a pretty good little niche there for yourself if you get approved.
Marsha's question's in the chat.
Okay.
Or just kind of just telling you.
I had 2 problems with this brand. Maybe provide receipts because they were. Oh, Avalanche Brands. Yeah, that guy's he's a pain. But just stay like a couple pennies above him, and he's kind of a jerk.
I think
But you know
Danny's
what?
Avalanche brand, aren't you?
No, man, I'm such a jerk. Yeah, that guy is kind of a jerk. I trust me, I ran across him. The trick to deal with Avalanche Brands is stay like a couple pennies above him, and you'll still get the buy box. Don't trigger his repricer. If you go under him, he'll go crazy. He'll go so just stay just slightly above him. Don't worry about him. If you know how you get back at him is you go on his storefront, you copy all this stuff. That's what I did. So that's what I do. So okay, you're gonna be a pest. I'll just copy all your listings. Okay. So
exactly.
I find all his bundles, his private labels, and list on them. We can have well, with Target, you're able to a lot of items you can order like a ton. They don't. A lot of these big sellers are kind of sneaky, but they have a lot of different people buying for them from different IPs, and they're just buying. That's how they get around the quantities. So they're able to buy them in bulk that way. So they have 5, 6, 7 buyers for them. They'll each buy the max 20 and just keep doing that over and over again and just do another reorder. They know how to do just enough where they don't get their account banned by Target. So yes, they're a great item at Christmas. So yeah, just don't make Avalanche mad or his price will come down like an avalanche. So yeah, so that's the key. Make some bundles. You got to you have a bundle where no one can copy it because it's got a restricted item. Plus, you're going to put an item with it that's maybe hard to find, or it's an exclusive somewhere else, like a Calico Critter. It's exclusive at Toys R Us or something. So that makes it really hard to find. So you got one restricted item and one exclusive item, and only. So you can make some pretty neat bundles. You can even buy like some generic furniture or something. You could find a source for that on AliExpress. You could probably search Calico Critters furniture. I bet there's some. Let's take a look. I don't know. Man, why do I guess? I'll just look. So, and after this, we'll probably call it a night. Well, 12:30. Some people could stay up till 12:30 though.
That's right. So we'll stick around here. No, I don't think so.
Just hit the record button going. This is just leave it going.
Exactly. People can chat amongst themselves.
Okay, I don't.
While you're doing this, Eddie says Amazon is asking for 3 invoices to get approved. How many units per PI did you say we need to order?
Okay, all you need is 30 items across all 3 invoices. So you can have like 5 on one, 20 on another, and 5 or 6 on another. I went to like 31, 32 items, so I went over their requirements. And then you need 5 SKUs, 5 different SKUs. I did 6 SKUs, so I was above and beyond. Look at this, you can get all this furniture for $13.76. Man, that's like, you know how expensive this furniture is, these Calico Critters. This stuff is just crazy expensive. Like you got this little restaurant. You can order these from AliExpress, get them sent here, and you could bundle something like that with them. No one ever be able to copy you. There's no way. Man, that's just, I'm on fire tonight here. Let's go. Let's see. The RA Legends Bundlers is a place to ask questions about bundles. It sounded easy, but I just had bad luck. Are you talking about making bundles on your own, or
Is that Legends Bundles Facebook group more for getting access to the bundles, or do you want probably best to keep all the questions in the regular Facebook group, right? Or what are you thinking on that?
No, we were gonna leave the list and the questions in that group.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yes. Oh, and they will give you some education in that group. They're very, very helpful.
Nice.
Don't ask me. I'm not the bundles expert. I'm good at coming up with items to bundle together, but beyond that, that's not really my expertise. Yeah, Marcia, you're right. They do have some restrictions with mixing brands or putting like a generic item with a mainstream brand, because when people buy the bundle, they're expected, some expect every item in the bundle to be Nike or something like that. They want you mixing Nike with Bikey or something like that, or Nike with like some generic Kmart brand shoe or something. But although they don't really police it, and as long as you're not, I don't think Little Woodsies would be considered like a mainstream big brand, so you'd be okay with bundling. Usually with those things, I do it first and then ask for forgiveness later. So, but as long as you're not you're going to be under the radar on something like this. You're not trying to bundle like something that's really noticeable or a real popular item, like a Apple product or something. But yeah, so just don't worry about bundling things with like stuff like this, or you'll be okay. In fact, we'll have maybe our bundlers give them some ideas. We can start making some bundles for you guys, and so you don't have to. And we'll make some good, nice optimized listings that are good for search engine optimize, and good titles, description, good pictures, because that's key. That's 90% of your listing there. I mean, you got to make a nice, good quality listing. So, and then the rest is let's see, is it fairly safe assumption that restricted brands on Amazon can be sold on? Yes, that is a safe assumption. I know for a fact it is true. Yes. Oh, wait, we'll just wait till we get into Walmart someday. Now that's me and John have been talking about that. That thing is off the hook. I mean, just wait till you see what you can do with that. But we'll talk about that in the future. You gotta save something, Can't talk about everything one night.
That's right.
But oh wow, okay, we've been going for a while here, so my wife's giving me the dirty looks here, so I better. No, she's not. But so you learned a lot here. You made at least a couple $1,000.
That's right.
From the VIP choice benefits. You know how to conquer staples. You know how to. Believe it or not, I have a lot more ammunition, so stay tuned.
Did you really? Oh my gosh. Dan, you remember those payphones? Like if you were talking to somebody and they're like, please insert this much more because your time is up. So maybe we can put a PayPal button up and people can pay to keep you going.
Yeah. I'm the Energizer Bunny. I don't
That's right. No problem, Marcia. We got this recorded, so we will post it. Probably post it tonight. It doesn't take very long for it to render.
So who will date the Staples? I mean, John Hogan, he sent me a private message, said he was going to.
Right. Well, Yvette said that she's willing to date outside her marriage, so. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Thanks, Great. Ken.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, go out there and get you some Little Woodsies unrestricted, okay? And
stop the recording here. But, if there's anything else you need to say before I do?
No, I'm good.
Okay.